Over 60, and noticing your muscles feel a little weaker or your legs feel heavier by the end of the day, you are not alone and you are not broken. Today we will walk through a calm, practical plan to use 3 everyday cheeses to support muscle repair and strength. And we will pair that food plan with simple movements, smart timing, and important safety notes, so it truly works for your body. I will keep everything simple, affordable, and gentle. At the end, you will know exactly what to eat, how to move, and when to do both, so your muscles get the steady signal and steady nutrition they need. Here is the truth in plain language. As we age, muscle naturally declines a little each year, but it is not a one-way street. Muscles respond to use, to protein, to rest, and to routine. That means your daily choices still matter. In fact, small steps done consistently often work better than big plans that are hard to keep. You do not need expensive supplements or complicated cooking. You need a few reliable foods you enjoy, spaced out during the day, and a short routine that asks your muscles to show up without hurting your joints. Cheese can help because it offers a convenient, concentrated source of protein and calcium in small portions, and many people find it easy to digest in specific forms. Not all cheeses play the same role, and not every portion is right for every person, so we will make clear, safe choices together. Let us start with a kind of cheese that quietly helps muscle repair for hours after you eat it. Cottage cheese made with low fat or 2% milk can be a steady, slow-digesting protein source. The protein in cottage cheese is often rich in casein, which releases amino acids gradually. Many people over 60 find that a half cup to 1 full cup of cottage cheese provides enough protein to support repair without feeling heavy. If you do not enjoy the taste on its own, you can stir in a few berries for brightness, or slice some cucumber and tomato on the side with a sprinkle of pepper. If you are watching blood sugar, pair it with a small handful of walnuts or almonds for fiber and healthy fats, and keep fruit portions modest. If sodium is a concern for blood pressure, look for lower sodium labels. Remember, you can rinse cottage cheese briefly in a fine strainer to remove a little extra salt. If you are lactose sensitive, many brands offer lactose-free cottage cheese that keeps the protein and reduces discomfort. Another powerful option is a hard-aged cheese like Parmesan or Grana Padano. Aged cheeses are dense with flavor, and small amounts can bring a lot of satisfaction. Do not need a large slice to get benefits. A tablespoon or 2 of grated aged cheese over eggs, steamed vegetables, or a bowl of beans can add a meaningful protein boost and encourage you to eat more protein-rich foods overall. This matters because many people eat most of their protein at dinner and very little at breakfast and lunch. Your muscles often do better when protein shows up in moderate portions across the day. Blood pressure is on your radar. Measure the portion and balance your plate with foods rich in potassium, like spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, and beans. The goal is not to remove pleasure. The goal is to make small portions work harder for you. For convenience and portion control, part-skim mozzarella, such as string cheese, can be a helpful third option. Many people like it because it is easy to carry, easy to count, and gentle on the stomach. 1 or 2 sticks can be a smart follow-up after a short walk or a light strength session. This timing is important. When you challenge your muscles a little, you create a window. When your body is ready to use protein for repair. Eating a small amount of protein soon after movement can help your muscles adapt to the work you did. If you are limiting saturated fat or watching cholesterol, choose part-skim or reduced fat versions. Brands vary in sodium, so check the label and find one that fits your needs. If you find dairy uncomfortable, there are lactose-free mozzarella sticks. And you can also try spacing the portion throughout the day to see what sits best. You may be wondering how much protein you actually need from these foods. A simple guide that helps many people is to aim for roughly 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast, again at lunch, and again in the evening. This distribution can help your muscles use the protein more efficiently than if you eat a very small amount early and a very large amount late. You can reach those numbers with different combinations. Half a cup of cottage cheese often brings around 14 grams. Full cup can bring closer to 28 grams, depending on the brand. 2-part skim string cheeses may bring 12 to 14 grams. A tablespoon or 2 of grated Parmesan adds a few grams, and it also helps you build a satisfying plate, so you eat a complete meal rather than a snack that leaves you hungry. These numbers are estimates, and you do not need to chase exact grams at every meal. Think in simple pieces. A bowl, a stick, a spoon? Steady amounts, repeatable habits. Now, let's pair the food plan with movement that respects your joints and your energy. Muscle responds to a clear, gentle signal. You do not need heavy weights or a gym to send that signal. A short series you can do at home may include sitting down and standing up from a chair. Light wall push-ups, gentle calf raises near a counter, and pulling work for your back using a resistance band or even a sturdy towel. Start where you are. Standing up from a chair feels tough. Place a cushion on the seat so the distance is shorter. If your wrists are sensitive during wall push-ups, keep your hands slightly higher and your elbows soft. For pulling work, anchor a band at chest height or hold both ends of a towel and pull wide while keeping your shoulders down. Most people do well with 6 to 10 controlled repetitions, resting about a minute between rounds for 2 rounds. 3 short sessions a week can be enough to wake up your muscles and make daily tasks feel easier. If you feel dizzy, short of breath in a worrying way, or you notice chest discomfort, stop and check in with your healthcare provider. Pain is a stop sign. Mild effort and a light burn in the muscles are normal. Sharp joint pain is not. Timing is your quiet helper. Consider pairing movement with your protein. Do your short routine, then enjoy cottage cheese, or have a mozzarella stick after a brisk 10 to 15-minute walk. At lunch, add a spoon or 2 of Parmesan to a bean and vegetable soup, or to a tomato and egg omelet. In the evening, if you prefer a lighter dinner, half cup of cottage cheese with a small side salad and whole grain crackers can carry you through the night. If you wake up hungry, experiment with having your cottage cheese earlier in the evening and include a bit more fiber at dinner. If nighttime bathroom trips interrupt your sleep, finish most fluids earlier in the day and take your last full glass 2 to 3 hours before bed. Sipping lightly after that. Let's talk about budget and simplicity, because both matter for staying consistent. Cottage cheese is often affordable and keeps well in the fridge for several days after opening. Parmesan seems expensive by the block, but because the flavor is strong and portions are small, one wedge can last for many meals. Buying pre-grated can be convenient, but grating your own often tastes better and stretches the budget. Part-skim mozzarella sticks are widely available, and buying a larger pack can lower the price per stick. If you prefer fresh mozzarella, choose a part-skim ball and slice it into small portions for the week. If dairy options are limited where you live or if they are costly, you can still follow the same structure with other proteins, such as eggs, beans, lentils, tofu, yogurt if tolerated, fish or chicken, using the cheeses as flavor accents rather than the main source. The plan is flexible. The structure is what matters. Safety comes first, always. If you have high blood pressure, watch sodium in aged cheeses and in some cottage cheese brands. Choose lower sodium options when possible, measure portions. And balance your plate with potassium-rich foods like leafy greens, beans, and tomatoes. If you live with kidney disease, ask your healthcare provider how much protein is right for you before making big changes, because your kidneys may need a specific range. If you have heart disease or you are managing cholesterol, choose part-skim or reduced fat cheeses more often. And pair them with high-fiber foods like vegetables, oatmeal, or beans to support heart health. If you manage diabetes, spacing protein through the day, adding fiber, and pairing carbs with protein and healthy fats can help with steadier blood sugar. If you take medications like certain antibiotics or thyroid medicines, you may need to take them away from dairy by a few hours, so absorption is not reduced. Your pharmacist can give guidance based on your exact medication. If you are lactose intolerant, aged cheeses and lactose-free cottage cheese may be more comfortable. Try small amounts and listen to your body. You may have heard that more protein is always better. In real life, more is not always better. Better timing is better. Many people find that a balanced plate with protein, fiber, and fluids supports energy more than a very large protein serving at one meal. You may also have heard that walking is enough to protect muscle. Walking is wonderful for your heart, your mood, and your joints, and it can help maintain leg endurance. To rebuild or protect muscle strength, your body responds best when the muscles are asked to push a little harder than usual, even for a few reps. That is why the simple chair routine matters. This gives your body the clear signal, and then the cheese and other proteins you eat can be used to repair and rebuild. Food without the signal can help a little. The signal without food can help a little. Together, they help more. Let's make your day easy to follow. In the morning, open a window or step outside for a minute of daylight. This light helps your body clock, which helps your sleep. Have a glass of water to start your hydration. Breakfast can be simple. Half a cup to a cup of cottage cheese with a few berries and a small handful of walnuts gives protein, fiber, and healthy fats. If you prefer savory, try cottage cheese with chopped cucumber, tomato, and a sprinkle of black pepper and dried herbs, with a slice of whole grain toast. Late morning, take a 5-minute movement break. Do a gentle set of chair sit 2 stands and a short walk through your home or down your hallway. At lunch, make a bowl you enjoy and we'll repeat. A vegetable and bean soup with a spoon of grated Parmesan on top, or an omelet with spinach, mushrooms, and a light sprinkle of Parmesan. Mid-afternoon, drink water again, and if you feel a dip in energy, step outside for a few breaths and a short stroll. Before dinner, if your joints feel stiff, do a short warm-up with gentle ankle circles, shoulder rolls, and a slow set of calf raises near a counter. In the evening, enjoy a balanced dinner that fits your preferences and your doctor's advice. And if you want a small snack after a light strength session, have 1 part skim mozzarella stick with an apple slice or a few whole grain crackers. Dim lights an hour before bed. If you wake at night, try slow breathing for 2 minutes. This calm rhythm helps many people settle back to sleep. Hydration supports muscle and energy more than many people realize. You do not need to drink huge amounts of water all at once. Sip through the day. A simple rhythm is a glass upon waking, another with each meal, and another in the mid-afternoon. If you are taking medicines that act as diuretics or affect your fluids, follow your doctor's advice. If you struggle with nighttime bathroom trips, shift most of your fluids to earlier in the day and finish your last full glass at least 2 hours before bed. Some people like to add a squeeze of lemon, a mint leaf, or a pinch of electrolyte powder to make water more appealing. Choose what helps you drink comfortably. If your appetite is low, small, frequent meals can help. Cheese can be useful because small portions carry protein and flavor. A few bites may be enough to meet your needs when a full plate feels overwhelming. If chewing is tough, softer options like cottage cheese or soft mozzarella can be easier than dense meats. If you are trying to gain strength while losing body fat, place protein at the center of each meal, add vegetables, and a modest portion of whole grains or starchy vegetables, and keep sweets occasional. Slow, steady changes tend to last. If you are trying not to lose weight while building strength, include healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, nuts, and seeds to support calories and comfort. Let's address joint comfort because it is often the barrier to starting movement. Warm up slowly. Start with range of motion. Draw small circles with your ankles. Roll your shoulders forward and back. Nod your head gently up and down to relax your neck. For knees, you can do seated knee extensions, lifting your foot and straightening your legs slowly, then lowering with control. For hips, seated marches with a tall posture can wake up your core and hip flexors. When you do, chair sit to stands. Place your feet shoulder-width apart, press through your heels, and keep your chest lifted. If balance feels uncertain, place the chair near a counter or stable surface and keep a hand close for support. During wall push-ups, stand a comfortable distance from the wall. Keep your body in a straight line from head to heels and lower and press up with control. For pulling movements, if a band is not available, use a towel and focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together as you pull the towel out wide. Rest long enough that your breathing returns toward normal before the next set. Quality over speed, consistency over intensity. Now about timing your protein with your day. Many people find that 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast sets a steady tone, reduces mid-morning cravings, and supports strength training later in the day. If you do your simple strength routine in the morning, follow it with your first protein serving. If you do it later, place the protein after that session instead. For lunch, aim for another 20 to 30 grams. Egg dishes, bean soups, yogurt if you tolerate it, chicken, tofu, fish, or a sandwich with a protein filling can all work. The Parmesan comes in as a flavor booster that nudges your protein up. In the evening, cottage cheese or a similar protein can help your muscles repair overnight. If you are prone to reflux, avoid lying down right after eating and keep the evening meal lighter. If you take medicines at night that require an empty stomach, adjust by moving the protein earlier and placing a lighter snack later. And ask your pharmacist for any timing conflicts with dairy. Let us walk through a simple grocery plan you can keep in your phone or on a note. Buy a tub of cottage cheese, ideally low-fat or 2%, and if needed, lactose-free. Buy a small wedge of Parmesan or a container of grated if that is easier for your hands. Buy a pack of part-skim mozzarella sticks. Add a bag of mixed salad greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, a bag of apples or pears, a loaf of whole grain bread or a pack of whole grain crackers, a dozen eggs if you eat them, and a couple of cans of beans like chickpeas or cannellini. Add olive oil, dried herbs, and black pepper for flavor. With this small list, you can build satisfying plates all week. If your budget is tight, compare store brands and look for weekly sales. Buying a larger tub of cottage cheese can reduce costs per serving. A single wedge of Parmesan lasts many meals because a spoonful is enough. String cheese packs often cost less per stick in bigger sizes. If you prefer to avoid plastic waste, buy a small part-skim mozzarella ball and slice it into your own portions. If you worry about bone health while focusing on muscle, know that these goals can support each other. The calcium and protein in cheese can contribute to bone strength, especially when paired with vitamin D from sunlight or food sources, and with gentle strength work that loads the skeleton in a safe way. Chair sit-2 stands, wall push-ups, and calf raises all create a modest load that can help bones maintain density. If your doctor has given you specific guidance about calcium or vitamin D, follow that advice. If you have a history of kidney stones, discuss your calcium intake and hydration with your clinician. Balanced fluid intake and not overdoing high oxalate foods can be part of that plan. If you sometimes feel overwhelmed by change, give yourself permission to start tiny. Choose one food action and one movement action for the next 3 days. For food, your action could be adding half a cup of cottage cheese to breakfast or lunch. For movement, your action could be 5 chair sit-2 stands every day at the same time, perhaps before lunch. After 3 days, if it feels okay, add one more gentle action. Maybe add 2 tablespoons of Parmesan to a vegetable dish at lunch and add a set of wall push-ups. If you miss a day, you are not starting over, you are continuing. Progress is not linear. It is a series of returns. Our body listens to patterns. Show it a pattern that is kind, clear, and steady. Stress management supports muscle more than it first appears. When stress is high, sleep can shorten, and short sleep can make recovery slower. A simple 2-minute slow breathing practice can help many people. Inhale through the nose slowly, then exhale a bit longer than you inhale. Aim for about 6 breaths per minute for 2 minutes. Doing this before bed or right after you wake during the night can help your body shift into a calmer state. If thoughts race, write down one sentence about what went well today. It can be very small. This simple practice can lower the mental noise and make it easier to rest. Rest is the time when your body weaves in the work you did during the day. If you care for someone else or you live with a partner, invite them to try these steps with you. Eating together and moving together can make routines more enjoyable. Share a bowl of cottage cheese with toppings set out like a small bar, berries, sliced cucumber, chopped tomato, a few nuts, a drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of herbs. Do your chair routine together, count for each other, and celebrate small wins. If you live alone, you can still create a sense of companionship by checking in with a friend by message after your routine. Say, I did my 5 sit-2 stands today. What small thing did you do? These small connections reduce loneliness, and lower loneliness can support overall health. A few myth-busting notes can keep you on track. Myth 1 says you have to overhaul everything at once. Real life says 1 consistent change beats 5 perfect changes for 2 days. Myth 2 says dairy is automatically bad for everyone. Real life says many people tolerate certain forms well, and those forms can be useful tools when chosen and portioned with care. Myth 3 says soreness means a workout worked. Real life says quality movement that respects your joints and lets you show up again tomorrow often works better. Myth 4 says if you miss a day, you failed. Real life says if you miss a day, you continue the next day. Your muscles remember your effort. If you are concerned about weight while increasing cheese intake, remember that portion size and balance are your allies. Cottage cheese gives a lot of protein for the calories, especially at low fat levels. Parmesan gives big flavor in small amounts, which can make vegetables and beans more appealing. So you eat a complete, satisfying meal instead of snacking later. Part-skim mozzarella sticks are pre-portioned, which can help you avoid overeating. Pair all of them with vegetables and fiber, and you will likely feel steady rather than sluggish. If you notice weight creeping up and that is not your goal, adjust portions a little. Use a smaller bowl for cottage cheese. Measure Parmesan with a teaspoon instead of a tablespoon. And choose one mozzarella stick instead of two on days when you are less active. Gentle adjustments go a long way. If you are losing weight unintentionally and you feel weaker, talk to your healthcare provider and use these foods to increase protein and calories in a gentle way. Add olive oil to salads and vegetables. Add nuts or seeds to your cottage cheese. Use a slice of whole grain toast with a light spread of avocado alongside your protein. Try small meals every 3 to 4 hours so the total adds up without a heavy plate at any single time. Keep water and hydration steady, but do not flood your system all at once. Your environment can help you stay consistent. Place your resistance band or towel where you can see it. Keep your cottage cheese in the front of the fridge, not hidden behind jars. Grate a small container of Parmesan ahead of time and keep a spoon with it so it is easy to add to your lunch. Put your mozzarella sticks in a clear container at eye level. Set a gentle reminder on your phone that simply says, "Stand and breathe." When your home supports your goals, your willpower does not have to carry all the weight. As you continue, pay attention to small signs of progress. Do you stand up from the chair with less effort? Do you feel steadier on the stairs? Does your appetite feel calmer because you are spacing protein through the day? Do your hands feel stronger when you open a jar? These small wins are not small. They are proof that your body responds. If progress stalls, do not assume you are doing something wrong. Look at timing. Are you pairing movement and protein? Look at sleep. Are you giving your body a calm window to recover? Look at hydration. Are you sipping through the day? Often the first fix is the simple fix. I want to offer a gentle plan you can start tonight, continue this week, and carry forward. Tonight, add a small serving of protein you enjoy, such as cottage cheese with a few berries or savory herbs, and do a very short round of movement that feels doable. Even 5 chair sit-to stands and 5 easy wall push-ups count. This week, aim for 3 short strength sessions on non-consecutive days and place a protein serving after each one. Spread protein at breakfast, lunch, and evening. Keep your grocery list simple and repeat meals that you genuinely like. Ongoing, increase gradually. Add 1 repetition per set each week, or add a second set once the first feels comfortable, or hold a light weight like a water bottle during sit-to stands. Small, steady progression is kind to your joints and clear to your muscles.